Howdy! Thank you for joining us. I'm Montana Max, and this is our very first Twitch stream. So, we're going to make some food, we're going to enjoy the outdoors, and I'm going to take you along with the journey. If you want, cook along right with me. If not, take some notes, and all this is going to live on YouTube as well. So if you like what you see today, make sure you go visit that channel. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, all that kind of good stuff. And I'm going to be showing you a little bit about what I do. A little bit about me personally. I'm an award-winning pitmaster and chef, and I don't work in a restaurant. I do what's called food sport. So I work in competitive nature. That's right, I am live. It says so. There's a comment. It's probably the comment from Twitch because I'm old and I'm just figuring this out. So, anyways, let's just jump right into the dish we're making here. We are based in Hastings, Minnesota. It's about 75 degrees and absolutely beautiful today. And I'll tell you, as you follow along with our stream, that I actually cook year-round. So if it's negative 20 degrees, I'm still out here. I'm still living it up. I'm still cooking. So you're going to want to tune in. As the seasons change, so will what we are doing. So first things first, we got to prep. And like I said, we're doing a salmon dish today with couscous. We'll also be doing a nice vegetable salad because, you know, that helps you pass things. So we're going to use my Gunter Wilhelm knife, and we're going to start prepping things up here. Let's pop over to that, and you can actually see I'm going to start prepping some green onions here. These are some janky looking green onions, but that's what we got. You might notice here how I'm holding the knife. Gives me ultimate control. A lot of people hold knives like this. Some people hold knives like this. That's a recipe for disaster. So we're going to just continue. You want a nice rocking motion. You'll notice as we're cooking too, I cook on a variety of outdoor devices. Today I'm going to be using my Traeger Ironwood 885. I absolutely love the Traegers and what they can do, but I also cook on kettles with charcoal, barrels, over actually just a fire pit as well. So after we get our onions separated here, we're just going to separate those into two piles. Let's mess with that. And that's what I want. Bingo. Because we're going to be using both the onion whites and the onion greens. If you don't know, they do come in two parts once you separate them. But then once again, everything comes in two parts when you separate them. All right, next up, tomatoes. We're going to be using these actually in our veggie salad as well. I'm having so much fun with camera switching. I don't know if you guys are. If it makes you dizzy or if it makes you sick, let me know in the comments. It's like a roller coaster. A cooking roller coaster. You might hear some things in the background. That's because usually when I cook there is a peanut gallery. And you'll notice on the bottom of the screen here, let me flip it back over to our main screen. You'll see that Gunter Wilhelm is down here. That is a German knife company. That is the only knives I use because they are affordable and the quality is superb. Like I said, that kind of thing matters, especially when you're doing competitions. I do KCBS barbecue competitions, as well as this year we qualified #1 in the state of Minnesota for World Food Championships. So, tomatoes we're just going to dice up, and we're going to be using these as part of our salad in a moment. Prepping is the most laborious and the least gratifying part of cooking, but once we get that all together, you will see that it's quite the vital part. Are you watching on your phone at the same time? Peanut Gallery's watching on their phone at the same time. Perfect time of the year for tomatoes. A lot of time in the winter and things like that, you'll notice that your produce may lack a little flavor. That's just due to what's in season and where it has to be harvested from. There we go, tomatoes, done. I've got a couple lemons here. We're going to be using those in a minute. You know what I could have really used that I didn't think about is a big bowl. I would like you to go grab me a big bowl. Either way, it doesn't matter, just not through the cords. We got some zucchini here. We're going to cut that up. Also going to be part of our salad. Cut the ends off. And I'm going to show you one of my favorite tools that I've ever got in cooking. I've got a lot of different toys to play with. So for this, we're just going to take our zucchini and cut them into chunks like that. Now I'm going to wait for the bowl for that. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start getting our couscous going together. See, if it was your amateur, non-competitive, non-professional chef, they'd be like, I don't have a bowl. What do I do now? What do I do? I just flail this knife around like a crazy man. That's not me. I flail butter around like a crazy man because it's delicious. So we're going to take 2 tablespoons of butter. And that's going to go right into our dish. I got a burner going here with a pan on it. We're going to get that butter melted down. Hello, Parker sent me here. This all looks so tasty. He also must have trained you what to say. Thanks for coming, though. I appreciate it. Feel free to tip. I know that's a big taboo, right? Don't ask for tips. Oh, and we got a follower. Subscriber. Streamer. Here comes Jen with bowls for me, and that's what makes me so happy. We're going to turn that bugger down a little bit. Pan's hot, butter's melted, in goes the couscous. What we're going to do is we're going to take our spoon in the pan. You can do this with rice as well. What you want to do is you want to toast it in the pan. You'll notice that it'll just change a little bit in color and get a little bit brown. Now, I do most of my cooking pictures in the past and everything from Instagram and Facebook, and the interesting thing that I'm realizing about that is when things go wrong, I can actually fix it before I display what the final product is. Here, I'm not going to have that luxury, so I guess we're going to see. I'll have to watch how you cook salmon because I am really bad at it. Don't worry, because I'll show you some tips and tricks today how to make it better for you. Salmon's a very intimidating meat, and that's because it's so delicate. It's real easy to overcook salmon. So the first tip that I'll give you when it comes to cooking salmon is lower the temperature. People cook it too hot. And when you cook it too hot, it doesn't cook evenly, and then it overcooks, and that's where it gets like chewy or that bad consistency. So the first thing I tell you is take the temperature down. If it takes a little bit longer, that's okay. It's much better than having salmon that you don't want to eat because it got all dried out. Might have to switch to regular glasses here. The sun was out a little earlier and I was getting blinded. I got it. I can put my own glasses on. Thank you. Jen's at the drop of a hat here, my better half. She's like, I'll get your glasses for you. Do you need it? Do you need it? Don't worry. This is, like I said, our first season 1, episode 1. So what we're doing is testing out a lot of different things with our audio and our stream deck. And if you notice anything while you're watching, feel free to let us know because that's just going to make it a better stream for everyone to watch. I'm going to switch these out real quick here. Oh, hey. How's it going? It's nice to see you. All right. So our couscous, about 2 to 3 minutes, that's all it takes. After that, we're going to add water to it. Works very similar than rice, doesn't take as long to cook. So for this amount of couscous, we're going to use about 1.5 cups of water. Hot pan, that's okay. Make sure everything's mixed. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring that up to a boil. So we'll just let that sit there on the side for a second and let it get up to a boil. All right. I now have a bowl. And now we are going to make some awesomeness. Actually, before we do that, let's wait on the salad for a minute. Quick boil, hot pan. Let's get the salmon going, because that is going to take a little bit longer. There goes my lemons, and that's okay. Couscous boil, hot pan, cover it up, reduce the heat. We just want that to simmer. It takes about 6 to 8 minutes for that to cook. Are you not going to let me use that lemon now?
I'll rinse it off.
You'll rinse it off for me?
Yes.
Do you want to just use the garden hose since we're out here in Montana Max National Forest? All right, let's flip this so I can give you the full view here. Atlantic salmon fillets. Dripping a little water, not a big deal. All right, so first things first, we need to season these up. So I'm going to take a little bit of olive oil here. Just very light. Don't need a heck of a lot, just enough for our seasoning to stick. And then we've got our seasoning here, which is just going to be a mix of oregano, parsley, some very basic things like that. Garlic, basil. The key is a nice even coat. And when you're applying your seasonings, if you can get things nice and even across the board, they're going to look a lot better when you eat them at the end. You won't have big clumpies and things like that. These are also skin-on salmon. When you go to the store and you're purchasing salmon, you'll notice two options, skin-on and skin-off. And usually the skin-on is cheaper by $1 or $2. I usually buy that because I do most of my outdoor cooking is grilling. So being that, or even in the oven, it doesn't matter because your heat source is coming from the bottom, the skin will actually help protect your salmon. So if you're cooking your salmon fillets and you're not getting that consistency you like, try purchasing salmon with the skin on. All right, then we're going on to the Traeger with these. So we are going to place these on a cedar plank. If I was going onto a kettle or something like that, I would soak these because they will catch on fire. We're going to be using super low heat, so it's not going to catch on fire. And if it does, it makes great twitch. Say what? Yeah. That's how it'll go viral, by blowing this thing up. So right into the Traeger, I've got this baby cooking right around 225, and I'm going to kick on super smoke. All right. Clean workspace, always good. All right. Time for the super fun tool. I'm always watching what camera angle I'm on. All right. We're going to take our zucchini. This thing is absolutely money. Inside, turn it on, and then all we do is twist. You can see how that's showing up. Let's go to... There we go. Main full here. So you can see these beautiful zucchini ribbons. Isn't that cool? And I know the sun's starting to set here and it's going to get a little bit darker, but good news is we do have superior lighting coming Friday. So always improving for you, our lovely viewers. All right. There we go. It's already smelling good. I wish you were here. I wish you were with me. Because then we could drink together and enjoy the salmon. Of course, if you're of age. No Olivia. Bad Olivia. You're in the wrong state and country. That is pretty cool. I know. I love this thing. And then you just get this weird little thing that comes out at the end and you just toss it. Also great for your forearms. Don't go to the gym. You want to be a stud? Just spin zucchini. Parker, the YouTube feed working too?
Oh yeah, we're live on YouTube and Twitch.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So all 2 of my YouTube followers are probably enjoying this. All right. So Olivia was out here watching, and now she's gone. So this is the time where we'll take the chat to say horrible things about Olivia. And if anybody here on the side wants to, by all means, this is the time to do it. Ooh, that's actually with the lighting. Let's jump over to camera 2 there. You can see those going right into the bowl. And then she set off the dogs. See? I know. I saw. I got it. My weird zucchini dongle. Now, because this pan was so hot, that's doing good. We do need to kick this up a little bit because the temperature, I turned it down a little too low. Zucchini was taking my full attention. Oh, did it go off? That would be why. It wasn't cooking. Thank you for following X-Ray. I appreciate that. I got you beat on that one, Parker. I didn't even see that on the screen because I can't. I got that on my watch because I'm so connected and hip and with it. We actually competed this last weekend. My better half, Jen, and I were at a barbecue, and it was a first competition of the year with all the crud that's been going around. So we were pretty excited to get out and compete, and we actually got a call in chicken. When we go out to a barbecue competition, we cook 4 categories. That's chicken, ribs, brisket, and pork shoulder. And we pulled a 7th place chicken out of about a field of 50. So that was pretty good for our first one out. Unfortunately, World Food is canceled. We were really looking forward to that. That has 10 categories, and we would have been competing in sandwich. Jen got me wet ones. Couscous simmering away. I'm sweating because it's getting hot, and I need to drink more. Water. Water. Not beer. Probably beer. We're going to be doing a couple different formats for these shows as well, so it's not just going to be like, hey, you know, like I said, this is our season 1, episode 1 test trailer. We got a lot of fun different programming planned. I cook a lot of exotic meat, so on Wednesdays we're looking at doing Wild Game Wednesdays where we cook different exotic stuff. That's really interesting, and then we might get some fun reactions from the fam here to see if they like eating things like wild boar or emu or lion or whatever else I can get my hands on. Also, we're looking at Friday nights to having a more laid back around the campfire kind of chat action deal where we can talk about food, music, all kinds of things like that. All right, beautiful zucchini in the bowl. Now to this, we are going to add all of our tomato that we diced earlier. And then our scallion greens. We will add olive oil. And then we're going to take a lemon and we're going to zest it. So if you don't know what lemon zest is, that's just the outer edge of a lemon. Take your standard grater. They do make a zester, and you can pay $5 more for a zester just because it's called a zester, or you can just use a standard grater. Save yourself the $5. We're going to go right over the top of the salad here. I'll just use my hands. Oh, you don't like it when I use my hands to mix a salad? I wash my hands. I'm a chef. That's what I do. Peanut galleries over here. Chef Ramsay would have your ass. This was a point of contention in our relationship for a long time, is mixing salad. She's always like, I use tongs. I use tongs. I use wooden spoons. I always said, mix it with your hands. That way you're putting yourself into the salad. Not literally, don't leave a finger in there, because that would be gross. And you might violate some state laws. All right, so plenty of zest in there. We're just going to take our hands. You can use tongs if you don't like to touch vegetables. I can understand how they're kind of icky like meat. Gross. All right. Little salt and pepper. And then we're going to take this lemon that we just zested, cut it in half, watch out for seeds. And we are going to add lemon juice to that salad. So I could use the Cous spoon. That would make you feel better. And that's it. Salad's done. So we're going to put that to the side for now. Ooh, more good zest. Put that in there. Watching in virtual reality. I love it. If only I could cook in virtual reality. It wouldn't nearly be as delicious, though. All right, let's take a peek at our salmon, see how they're doing. They're coming along nicely, starting to get that color. Other thing I forgot to get, which I should have got, is my thermal pan. People always ask, go ahead. Go ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, Kansas City Jen, here she comes. I'll have a drink. There she is. If you donate $10 right now, Jen will come out and do 100 jumping jacks. It's a true story. So, anyways, like I was saying, people always ask me, how long do I cook this for? How long do I cook this for? How long should I cook this for? Don't cook to a time. Cook to a temperature. Use a good thermometer and cook to the temperature when you're cooking meat. If you cook for time, you're going to always overcook it or undercook it, and it is not going to turn out well. Couscous is almost done. We got our salad done. Now, get some things out of the way here. Keep my whites. Now we're going to make a topping for our dish. And that's typically called a crema. And what that's fancy for is plain with sour cream. That's all it is. So, for this, we're just going to take another lemon and we're going to zest this into a little dish of sour cream. Camera 2 there. Sour cream and lemon. Ooh. All right, before I run out of all the liquid in there, you can do this with rice too, super flavorful. I'm gonna add a little chicken stock concentrate. Add chicken stock to your rice, it'll change the way you look at rice. We're gonna add a little water. Chicken stock will just add flavor to any rice or couscous or anything like that you're cooking. There we go. Parker, do you think I'd get more followers if I just say like Fortnite, like every fifth word? So we pick up the lemon and we start to Fortnite zest it. You want a very even fortnight amount of lemon to get into your sour fortnight cream. You're going to use the skin most of the Modern Warfare of the lemon and just pop it all in there, Fall Guy. That's the new hip one. It is.
Yeah.
I actually like that. That's what we should do. We should do a whole cooking episode based around different video games. So our Italian episode can be our Mario Brothers episode. Because what do fat plumbers from Italy eat? Pasta. Oh, okay. That's all right. You can also tell by touching the salmon, which we're not quite there yet. Let's take up the temp a little bit. I mean, we are on a stream, so I could write at 225 for as long as it takes until it's done. But we've got hungry people. Is the Thermopin in my knife bag? No? Okay. Not a problem. All right, so after we add the lemon zest, we're just going to add a little bit of water. And that's going to thin it out so you can get a nice drizzle over our salmon and couscous at the end. And you'll see here, let me pop over to camera 2. See how it doesn't come off the fork? That just means you need to add a little water. So I want to know how it looks in virtual reality if you're watching in virtual reality. Like, are you just waiting for me to set my plate down? Well, it wouldn't be my plate. It would be your plate. Like, right in front of you, kind of like you're at a, what's the Japanese restaurants? Like Benihana in Osaka and stuff, where they serve you right in front of you. And here's your dish of sour cream. There we go. Nice camera switch. Nice camera switch. We're going to need just a touch more water. Yeah, it's getting dark. Those lights are going to be nice. We're down to mood lighting here in Minnesota. I don't know where everyone's watching from, but we're down to mood lighting. And that's why our salmon's going to start getting romantic. And our couscous is done. So I'm going to turn that heat off. Keep the lid on it, keep the heat in it. And the last thing we're going to add to our couscous, and this is one of those things you can add onions in beforehand and cook them down with the butter. Or if you want more of a crunch, a little bit more of a flavor burst, we're going to add our onion whites, which we prepped earlier. And just toss those in there at the end. Give you a nice pop of color. And we'll leave that on there to stay warm. So a couple goals with this stream, not only to teach people some fun recipes, some easy recipes to make, have some fun doing it, of course, but I've been watching some of the food streams that have been going on and things, and my goal is to be able to get more followers in a stream than cooking shows that are airing continuously on loop from 35 years ago. Hopefully I can be more interesting than that. We'll see what happens. So couscous is done. Salad is done. Does anybody have a question? That's why I'm here. It could be anything. Because I'm also not bashful, as my family will tell you. They actually had to talk me into putting pants on to do this stream. And they're like, that's against the terms of service. Also, let me know if you can hear the neighbors in the background, because then I can start a feud with them as well. Salmon's looking good, almost there. This is kind of the nice part of the meal where you can actually just kick back, relax, talk about Fortnite. Season 3-ish, right? That's what's hip. Season 8, yeah, 9. Here's the thing about Fortnite. It hasn't ran for as many seasons as The Simpsons. When Fortnite runs for as many seasons as The Simpsons has, then they'll have something. Because The Simpsons are on like season like 27 now. And while we're waiting... Oh, cool. I just switched that. Check it out. Logo. And while we're waiting too, let me tell you that everyone you see down here, these are all people that we partner with. Beard Struggle, Gunter Wilhelm, Con Coolers, Croy Valley Foods, Double O Drum Company, all great companies that work with us in the professional circuit, all family-owned businesses, and they all have amazing products. So if you're wondering, you're like, gosh, I really wish I had a beard like Montana Max, go visit the Beard Struggle. If you want some exceptional seasonings and sauces, go to Croy Valley Foods. If you're looking for cutlery, like we talked about earlier, Gunter Wilhelm, and we use Con Coolers exclusively, is they are the best looking and best performing cooler on the planet. Huh? Can they hear it, I wonder? Can you hear the airplane? That's kind of the fun part about cooking outside. You're never sure what's going to happen. Like, grizzly bear. No grizzly bears. Hey, bear. Huh? I don't know.
It just dropped to like 0.
Are we still streaming though?
Okay, we're back.
All right, we had some packet loss there or something, as the kids say.
Tell Lydia to get up. It's low. It's very low.
Here, I got it.
Oh, it's starting to dip back up. Yeah, set the computer as a priority. I'm on data.
It's all right. I'm just going to call her live on stream.
Well, not really live anymore. It's at 0.
So we're not live?
It's bouncing between live and not live. Oh, now we're good. We're back? No.
Okay. Well, we've had... Get off the internet. You're killing my packet loss.
I'm not on the internet.
Are you on your phone?
I'm eating chips.
Get off your phone.
Turn off
Okay.
Wi-Fi.
I'm not on the internet. Are you on your phone? Duh. All right. Like I said, season 1, episode 1, test stream. We're going to have things that happen. All in all, it's been pretty good so far. How many people do we have watching us right now? It's hard for me to see the screen.
There's 3.
Well, that means we lost one. And I blame that on you, Jen.
There was 4 viewers.
I know. God. We really had it there for a minute.
Yeah, I don't know why our stream quality has gone way down.
Well, that's what we got to figure out. We're going to have to make that priority device, right?
Yeah.
I'll do that right now. This is why we're doing this live, so we know how it actually reacts.
Do you know what the name of the computer is? It's like desktop.
We'll find out.
It is desktop RCF LQPK. RCF LQ or LQPK is the desktop.
Yep, I got it.
Yeah. That's the one that's requesting the most.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Most upload.
Done. Priority device.
How's that salmon?
We'll check the salmon here in a second. So, another thing I'll tell you, right now, the three of you that I feel are basically like my family now, because we've come so close in the last, 45 minutes or so. Uh, or anybody that watches this on replay, this will always be a safe spot for people to come. Just unwind, relax. We don't talk about religion. We don't talk about politics. Or your drunk uncle, or, well, maybe your drunk uncle if he's funny, but not the other kind of drunk uncle, right? But we're never going to discuss or get into that kind of crap because there's enough of that crap everywhere in the world that we just talk about food, we talk about booze, we talk about music, and that sort of thing. So just keep that in mind that this is always a place for you to come and get lost in the woods. Ooh, I like that. That might have to be a name of one of the programs. Get lost in the woods with Montana Max. I'll show you how to survive off a line of kugels. You know, with having just the little lights overhead, they're hanging in there pretty good. How's the stream rate doing now that we made it priority?
It's still bad.
Does that mean we're hiccuping?
Yeah, we're hiccuping. It's like good and bad, good and bad. It was, yeah, dropped frames. There's like 26,000 frames that have dropped. 19% of the frames that are coming in are deep. I don't know what's happening. Yeah.
I'm looking to see what's running right now. It's the only thing that's drawn right now.
Maybe Twitch is having
Shouldn't. Oh, good. We also have set up today, we got a bunch of equipment that's coming in Friday, and our tripod just shipped. You should take your phone off of Wi-Fi. Because you have unlimited data anyways.
This laptop is full signal.
We just got to roll with it. I don't know why it would start choking. Yeah, I'm checking too. We're just waiting for Salmon to get done here. Which is just about done. So that'll give us time to troubleshoot this later. Maybe we'll run our next episode, Troubleshooting the Internet with Montana Max and Parker, while Max gets drunk on whiskey. But not to a dangerous level, because that would be against the terms of service.